Hello everyone, Pem here, and welcome to a new Let's Play. This is Mass Effect 2. Yes, I'm starting this now. This is a little bit earlier than I originally forecasted I would start it. I thought that I'd be ending one of Crusader Kings 2 or Oblivion before I got to this. But I've decided to start it a little bit earlier than that, and I'll give you some reasons. First off, my Crusader Kings 2 Let's Play, I didn't even realize this until I was looking at some videos the other day. I started that back in August of 2014, so that's been going on for over a year now. A year and a month, basically. So I've been playing that LP for a while, and it looks to go on for quite some time yet. Probably another 50 or 60 episodes, which at 2 episodes a week means about a half a year that it'll still go on. And the Oblivion Let's Play is going to take a while as well. I'm not even finished with Act 1 yet. And I have a planned... Oh, that's right, this happens. I have a planned 3 acts for that LP. So, I have been playing, with the exception of Unreal Tournament 2004, which I played for a little bit for you guys, I've been playing nothing but Oblivion and Crusader Kings 2 for about 6 months now. It's been 6 months since I ended the Mass Effect 1 LP. And I'm realizing that it's going to be a long time before I start to play any other games unless I make a change. So I've decided to just LP Mass Effect 2 right now. So we will be rejoining our hero, Malcolm Shepard, the champion of Mass Effect 1, and the slayer of Saren and Sovereign, and the vanguard against the Reapers. Now, just a quick word about the upload schedule for Mass Effect 2. I'm going to upload, I think, half-an-hour episodes, one each on Saturday and Sundays. I'm not going to put it on during the weekdays yet until one of the Crusader Kings or Oblivion LPs is finished. But I am reserving the right to get intermittent with these uploads for Mass Effect 2. It'll be on the banner, the channel banner, as a regular upload, but I reserve the right to skip weekends here and there because I want to focus mainly on Oblivion and Crusader Kings 2. I don't want to have to skip episodes of Crusader Kings 2 like I've done previously in order to keep Mass Effect 2 on the schedule. I had to skip a few I had to skip a few Crusader Kings 2 episodes to get what's it called? Unreal Tournament 2004 uploaded a few times, and I don't want that to repeat that. I want Mass Effect to be the background LP. So until one of the other ones finishes, it will be, which means 2 uploads a week, half an hour each, Saturdays and Sundays, unless I just can't do it, in which case you'll just have to wait till the following week. Let's see. Is there something else I wanted to mention? I don't think so. Rejoining Malcolm Shepard. Here we go. Oh yeah, give that a minute. Oh, it doesn't even need a minute. So we want to do a new game then. Importing an ME1 character. Yes, I've tried this once already during a sound check just to make sure everything was going to work. Max Shepard, ignore. That's a different character entirely. Malcolm Shepard, we have 2 saves here, one at level 49 and one at level 50. The only reason I can think that there's 2 is when we started the fight with Saren at the very end, Reaper Saren, we were level 49, and when we killed him, we gained enough experience to level up to level 50. So I think maybe when you kill him, it saves... I don't know, maybe it saves your character. But then there's still a decision you make after you kill Saren, so maybe that's why this save is here. Don't know why there's a level 49 save. There shouldn't be. There should just be this level 50 save. Because the decision we made here was who to recommend to the council, which I think we decided not to recommend anybody because we're just a military person. We don't know anything about galactic politics. So we kept ourselves out of the equation there. Anyway, so we're importing our character Malcolm, level 50 Vanguard. Oh boy. These loading screens bring back a lot of memories. I want to say I think this was the first Mass Effect game I played. I can't recall. It might have been 1. You'd think I'd remember. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting lost in memories. combat difficulty, I played the original Mass Effect for you guys on Veteran. I think I'm going to play this one on Hardcore, just because I think this game is a little bit easier to manage as far as taking cover, using powers, and weapons and your squad mates and stuff. So I think a higher difficulty is a little more appropriate. But if I die a lot, I could always lower it. Auto level up is off. Subtitles are on. Squad power usage. I liked the option in Mass Effect to just have defense only, because I don't like them using their powers without me telling them to. So I'm going to say no, even though that means that they won't use any powers unless I tell them to. And autosave is on. So, here are our details. Name's Malcolm Shepard, of course. We reached level 50. Military specialization is Vanguard, which I picked going into Mass Effect 1, knowing that I'd be playing this character in Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, because Vanguard in 1 is, it's okay. I ended up having a really sweet shotgun by the end of the game that basically was a hand cannon. You'd fire it once, and you couldn't fire it until the overheat cooled down, because one shot would overheat it. But if you hit with it, it would knock people back, it would kill large enemies instantly. It was fantastic. I loved it. I won't be having that in this game, but that's okay. Anyway, yeah, Vanguard in ME2 and 3 is a lot more fun because you have the charge ability. That's why I ended up taking it. Psychological profile. We ended up being a Paragon, but not intentionally. We role-played every decision in the original Mass Effect. We did not stick to good or bad decisions just for the sake of them being good or bad. We tried to do what the character would naturally do. And it ended up being that we went with more Paragon options than Renegade. We did make some pretty big Renegade decisions, though. We killed off the Rachni. I think that might have been the main one. I'm trying to think of other ones. I can't recall. But there were a few here and there. I imagine that our character, Malcolm, will be a little bit more Renegade in this game at least, because in this game you're working for Cerberus, and we hate Cerberus, which we'll get into later on. Status of Rex. Not Rex did survive the mission on Virmire. That's fantastic. Kate Nolenko was killed on Virmire. That's not so fantastic. And the Council was saved by Commander Shepard during the attack on the Citadel. We opted to try to save the Destiny Ascension because at that point the battle was tipping in our favor. We'd killed Saren. Sovereign was the only threat left. Basically, the Geth ships had been destroyed. Well, maybe not destroyed, but they'd been neutralized as a major threat. The Alliance was on its way in, and we had the option to either focus on Sovereign or save the Destiny Ascension. We decided to save the Destiny Ascension because it had the Council on it, and because the Destiny Ascension itself is a incredibly powerful ship, which you don't give that away lightly. Anyway, so our Malcolm Shepard, his background was he was a colonist. His entire family was killed in a Batarian slaver raid on Mindwar. He escaped and was picked up by the Alliance. Ended up joining the Alliance shortly thereafter. And then, as a member of the Alliance, he and his unit were attacked by a Thresher Maw on Akuz. He was, at least at first, we thought, the only survivor, the sole survivor. And he views that in the first Mass Effect, they kind of treat you as a hero for being the sole survivor. Like, wow, you must be special that you made it out of there. But in our Malcolm's head, that the fact that he survived was actually a mark against him. The fact that what he thinks of Akuz as a failure because he lost his entire team. Turns out that in both these situations, there actually was another survivor. On Mindwar, there was a young lady who survived who was actually taken as a slave by the Batarians, and we ended up meeting her on the Citadel. They did horrible, horrible things to her in her time as a slave, and she ended up escaping eventually. But she is a good foil for what could have happened to Malcolm had he not had the fortune to escape. So he recognizes his luck there, and he also still is, of course, coping with the loss. And then on Akuz, we found out that there was actually a Corporal Toombs that survived, one of our soldiers. He was captured by Cerberus, who in fact had actually set up the Thresher Maw trap that Shepard's unit fell into. And Corporal Toombs had horrific experiments done on him for a number of years. He eventually escaped Cerberus's hands and tracked down 4 of the 5 scientists that had experimented on him. He killed 4 of them, and we actually intercepted him in his effort to kill the 5th and convinced him not to, on the grounds that we would make his situation public. So we have absolutely no love for Cerberus. Not only did they kill our unit on Akuz, they tortured one of our soldiers. They're also responsible for the death of a man that we admire in the Alliance Navy, Admiral Kahoku. And we saw numerous occasions in Mass Effect 1 where they were clearly doing nasty experiments on military and civilian alike, humans no less, turning them into husks, turning them into Thorian creepers, setting the Rachni loose on them. They're nasty people. So, with all that background in mind, sorry for jawing at you there for a long time, we're going to finally get to the meat and potatoes of Mass Effect 2. 2, yeah, I forgot about it. It is 2. Okay, here we go.